Hello, all. I want to talk about the breaking down of the problem, breaking down the question for today for those people who were not able to be in class today. Here's the question for the essay. Why is it important to separate the person from the problem in successful negotiation? What steps can be taken to accomplish this? So I've looked at some people's brainstorming, and it's important that we break this down into its appropriate parts so that you know what you're brainstorming for. So let's break down the question. First, why is it important to separate the person from the problem in successful negotiation? What steps can be taken to accomplish this? So there seems to be three basic parts to the question, but it's deceptive because there's more. You got to break it down. You got to unpack it. So let's take a look. At the top, the biggest part of the whole question is why is it important to separate? Why is it important to separate the person from the problem in successful negotiation? But in order to do that, in order to answer that question, you have to do at least two things. First, you have to say, what does it mean to separate the person from the problem? And the second thing you need to do is to say, what steps should you take? The trick to understanding the question is to see that this requires you to break it down even further. You've got to break it down into what is the people problem, what is the substantive problem, and what does it mean to separate the two in successful negotiation. Then you can go on to this. So you really have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to the essay. And note, once you've done all these parts, you still haven't answered the question yet. Because what the question is asking is, why is it important to separate the person from the problem? This says, what does it mean to separate the person from the problem? This says, what steps can you take? When you're all done with doing this, you still have to explain why it's important to separate the person from the problem. And if you will, that can go in your conclusion. So you need all this to set up the essay. And in your introduction and your conclusion, you'll state why it's important to do so. So that's what you got to do. Now, I'm going to send you an example of some really good brainstorming that has been done for this essay. And what I'd like to see you do is for tomorrow to have completed, revised your brainstorming so that it looks like the one I'm going to send you. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me some stuff. Make sure it gets done. Okay, talk to you soon. See you tomorrow.